Welcome back, Last Request Barbecue Show. Thanks everybody for following, liking, and doing all that great stuff that you do on all the platforms. Today, a very fun special rib recipe. We are making Bareface Canadian Whisky ribs. Special thanks to Laura Burnett from the Food Reporter from National Post. So we're making these amazing ribs. We're going to make a sauce out of Firebarns ketchup and Sriracha. We're going to put some seasoning on from our friends at Pitmaster's Choice and John's. We're using his sugar and spice rub. We're using Pitmaster's Choice. We got Texas peppers. We got some pineapple. We got so much stuff going on. Let's get going. All right, let's get going. These are, of course, the best ribs. I choose, of course, Dubreton ribs. Thanks to all my friends at Dubreton's for the hat and the fantastic prep apron. Now we're going to do this quick hurry-up method, so to speak. It doesn't need to be the hurry-up. We're not going to cook them slow, but we're not going to remove the back. We're just going to slash it up a little bit. I've not found much difference, and this is mostly what the pros are doing. Now we're going to start with, as always, our Firebarns Ballpark mustard, which is the best mustard. A little binder. Keep things together. There we go. Of course, some Texas pepper. 16 mesh pepper. And I like to do this at about 2 feet, almost 1.5 feet, so you get a nice easy spread. There we go. Then we're going to put on a layer of Smokin John's sugar and spice. There we go. Oh, it's quiet now. It must be refilling the bag. And then we're also going to have Pitmaster's Choice rib and shoulder up on top. And there we go. And then repeat. Cook it presentation side up, so start prepping on presentation side down or bone side down. Here we go. Beautiful. This is mustard. It just has a fantastic aroma. If you can find it, I'll put links into their retailer locator. The Firebarns product is just fantastic. Smokin John's, sugar and spice. And Pitmaster's Choice shoulder and rib, those big chunks of onion. And all right. Oh yeah, this, you know what, I'm gonna cut this off. Otherwise though, a nice rack of Dubreton ribs, pretty much right out of the package, ready to use, ready to go. All right, let's get these on to the newly painted Yoder.
All right, so let's take a quick tour of what happened with the Yoder really quickly. I think it turned out pretty well, actually. I stripped it all down, sandpapered it down, scraped, then sandpapered, cleaned it with anti-greaser. So thanks and shout out to all the various YouTubers who've put together more comprehensive refurbs. You know, I didn't take the lid off and unscrew the lid, and I didn't take a bunch of stuff apart. I more taped it. Now, one mistake I did make is I left the frog protection tape on this too long, and it was a super hot day, and it kind of pulled some of this paint off, so that wasn't so good, and I missed a spot here and there. But generally the paint that I got I got Home Depot high temp spray paint, really matched actually quite well. You can see it over here. This is painted, this is original. Actually matched pretty quickly, so I'm pretty happy with that. And generally I'm pretty happy with the outcome. I mean, if you look at the before and after, pretty dramatic. If I had to, you know, share with, say, turn back time, what I might have done is done it 2 years ago, because really some of this pitting was just hard for me to get rid of. Maybe I needed a more industrial. I used the sandpaper, I had a Milwaukee, I did what I could. But anyway, I'm very happy with the way it turned out, much nicer. Next is to get these cleaned up. Some rust been allowed to build up here. That's up next. I didn't do this bar, so I want to spray paint this bar as well. I sanded it. So a little more work, a little more after work, but generally, quite happy. I hope you like it. Thanks again to all the YouTubers out there. I'll put some links for a very comprehensive look at how to cover it. I learned lots of tips, so thanks to everybody. Okay, so we're about an hour and change into the cook. Look at this, I quite like it. It's a much better look, right, on the Yoder than it has been in the past. So I've got some pineapple juice, and I'm just gonna spray down my ribs. Now you might notice over here, I got what looks to be like a pork belly. That's in the test kitchen. I'm trying to pork belly burnt ends, but the ribs, they ain't no test, man. So let's get to making our whiskey sauce. All right, now let's make our whiskey sauce. So once again, I'm using this amazing, I found it, discovered Bareface whiskey from BC. Thanks, Laura, again, from National Post, food reporter. If you don't follow Laura Burnett, follow her. She's amazing. Helped me discover this. We had a great interview with her on The Food Professor as well. So anyway, I'm gonna mix a couple of things. So first of all, this amazing whiskey. It's almost got like a creme brulee flavor. I mean, it's almost like, you'd almost call it a dessert whiskey. So let's put a dram or so there. But first we're gonna start out with ketchup. So we could use tomatoes. This time I'm gonna use ketchup. I'm using Firebarns ketchup. A big fan of this brand, all natural, all Canadian, from south of Quebec City. So I'm gonna put a cup of their amazing ketchup. So kind of a shortcut here, I guess you could say. There we go. I've been having this on burgers and fries. It's really, really good. Look at that beautiful color. Darker for sure than a Heinz but it's got just an amazing rich flavor to it. To that, I'm gonna add, I wanna get a little pop of heat. Oh, that's hot. I'm gonna add some of their amazing Sriracha. They grow their own Sriracha. No shortage here. Once again, Firebarns out of Quebec. I'm gonna put in a couple of shots of Sriracha, which is pretty hot. I'm just enjoying it right now. I'm gonna put in some Texas pepper, some 16 mesh pepper. Give a nice bite on the back of the tongue. I'm gonna put in some Worcestershire sauce, whichever your favorite Worcestershire sauce is. Right there, a couple of splashes. And then I'm gonna add some of, because I want a maple sweetness, with a little bit of spice too. I'm adding John's maple chipotle seasoning. So we're gonna add some of that in here to give some more complexity of flavor, a bit of garlic as well. And then of course, we're adding in, this rye. And that's gonna be our sauce. Let's mix that up. Beautiful color. Now we're gonna reduce that down, of course, a little bit, but it's got a nice consistency. The tomatoes, the Firebarns ketchup has really added a nice consistency. So I don't think I'm gonna reduce it too much actually, but I do wanna heat it up to activate those flavors. So I will put it on the Crown Verde griddle just to heat that up and get that going. But let's give it a taste, by the way. Oh, so nice. Actually, I'm gonna give it another little hit of Sriracha. I want a little bit more bite, but the flavors, maybe it's that Bearface that's making it a little sweet. It's beautiful. Now, in other recipes, by the way, I've put sugar, but there's lots of natural sugars in the ketchup, as there is in many, so I didn't bother adding. Let's give it a try. That's on point. Whew, that's good. Okay, let's get that onto the griddle and kind of reduce that down, activate, open up the flavors a bit. All right, so we've been cooking here. This is going so great. I'm just loving my new look at the barbecue. Very happy. All right, our ribs are ready for the next step. Our pork is as well. I think I'm gonna attempt that pork, but first things first, let's get some aluminum here. And let's wrap them up for the final part of their journey with our delicious Bareface whiskey sauce. Comme ça. There we go. I got 2 sets here, so I'll put about half on there. Flip this over. Come on. There we go. Oh, that's beautiful. Wrap these up. Let them finish their journey on the Yoder. Do the same for the next one. I'm making 2 ribs because my friend, who shall remain nameless, who is here with me from parts unknown, is taking some home for his fellas who've been keen to try the Last Crest barbecue ribs, so big day. I love that color. I just love the color, the aroma is fantastic. Oh, so good. Oh my goodness, this is good. Oh, it's got a good kick to it too. Woo-hoo. This is gonna be good. There we go. Look at that smoke coming up from the Pitmaster's Choice pellets, right? Beautiful. All right, the ribs are done. Let's unwrap and let's see. They've been cooked. These Du Breton ribs have been cooked, I think, pretty much to perfection. Let's unwrap. Oh my. Oh, they smell amazing. Look at those ribs. They just look amazing. And these are, once again, our Bareface ribs with a Bareface sauce. So let's cut these open. They are, I have to say, cooked within an ounce of perfection. They're cutting up so nice. We'll take a look at the smoke ring behind them, but perfect smoke ring. Let's get these over to my guest here. and he can try them. Incoming for a couple of ribs. Let me have a little bite here. Oh, so good. You get the heat from the Sriracha, but also the whiskey sauce, which is kind of like not a creamsicle, like a creme brulee. And let's see the bite. Perfect bite. Look at that. Perfect bite. Make these ribs, De Breton pork, Bareface. See ya. All right.
That is melts in the mouth.